Hello everyone. It's me, Raisai, and today I bring you the very first episode of Raicordings. It's going to be a bunch of videos where I talk about draft league videos I do, and we're gonna. This is a very weird intro. But for our very first episode, we're going to be discussing my week 6 in the league, otherwise known as League Dependency, which is run by Gregulator, I think. The reason why I'm starting at week 6 is because I'm actually a substitute for Chibi, if you know her. Um, so this draft I'm going to be using is just going to be for this week. There will be a separate video where I discuss the new draft I'll use for this league. But without further ado, let's discuss what happens. So it's me, the top one, versus Dougal, coach of the Arizona Zigardinals. Did I say that right? Yeah, I probably did. Here's the matchup. So, yeah, the team I subbed with is composed of Iron Valiant, which is in TERA, Landers Therian, TERA Heatran, Basculegion with Last Respects, Meowscarada, Thunderous Therian without TERA, Mousehold with TERA, Florges, then the last two don't really matter. Then the opponent, Dougal, what he has is Iron Valiant, Tornadus Therian, Rotomosh, Baxcalibur with Terra, Broken Mon, Tinglu, Scizor, Torkoal, Electrode Hisui, that's Terra, and the last two don't really matter. So, this matchup, I don't know, I think it's pretty straightforward. Like, Last Respect's Basket Legion is utterly broken, so I think as long as I can get past this Tinglu, I just click Last Respects for free. And getting around Tinglu is not exactly too difficult between Spike's Meowscarada and just hitting it with Valiant and Meowscarada. And the thing is, Tinglu can't even switch in because Basculegion has, it's a water type, so it can two-hit KO Tinglu with Wave Crash. So the general plan, if I were to look at it, is to play around Valiant and Tinglu because I think those are the two big annoyances, with the main threat being Baxcalibur because Terra Baxcalibur is utterly broken with Thermal Exchange and, just good stats in general. As long as I can play around those three, I think, I'll be good to go. I have all the threats I need. Let's look into the team. The team. Alright, so the very first member of the team I used for this week is Meowscarada with black glasses and then the EV spread up there, and Protean. So the idea behind this set was, if you look at the team, there aren't too many Meowscarada switch-ins. The only dark resists are Tinglu, which doesn't want to switch into Flower Trick, and Iron Valiant, which isn't exactly a bulky mon, so it won't even want to switch into Flower Trick. So knockoff is just generally a super good click into everyone, right? Because nobody wants to lose their item, and knock deals a lot of damage to Pokemon that don't resist it. So the general set was Sucker Punch, Knockoff, U-Turn, Flower Trick. U-Turn is mainly if. Why did I have U-Turn on this? It's been a while. I think the idea was if I could chip anything instead of just hard doubling, I click U-Turn. But in hindsight, I think I probably would have appreciated something like Taunt maybe for Baxcalibur or Spikes. Maybe even Taunt for Rotom, which would be nice if it's like Rendo or something. I don't know. But yeah, the main two attacks or main three attacks I want to focus on are Sucker, Knock, and Flower Trick. Flower Trick to hit Tinglu and Rotomosh. Knock Off, as I said earlier, to be a very good click. Sucker Punch for boosted Baxcalibur and for hitting Scizor without having to worry about Bullet Punch, max attack, and as much speed as possible. With Protean, I think, to remove my grass typing because I didn't want to be weak to Ice Shard, but I think it's either or. I think in hindsight, I should have been Overgrowth so that I could keep Stab and Flower Trick even after using a Dark attack because wanting to not be weak to Ice Shard probably doesn't matter because I don't think there's going to be a lot of instances I want Meowscarada to be in with Baxcalibur anyway. But, you know, We'll focus more on that on the replay later. Let's go on to the second member of the team, Heatran. So with leftovers, Flame Body, and the Terra type, yeah, because this is Terra type, the Terra Cap rather. I wanted it to be a Terra type that resisted Torkoal while also not being weak to the main threats, and that's why I went for Terra type Water, because besides being a generally good Terra type to be, it just didn't really fear too many. It just didn't really fear too many super effective attacks from the opposing team. So rocks, I just wanted to click that. Lava Plume is a spammable stab that can cripple Tinglu and Rotom Wash. Taunt is there for Tinglu, so that I can prevent it from getting up too many hazards. Earth Power, I forgot why I put that there. Let me see. Earth Power's probably there just for Torkoal, but in hindsight, I think I should have been either. I think I should have been Protect so that I could make the most out of leftovers recovery, but it is what it is. Third member of the team, Thunderous Therian, with heavy duty boots and Volt Absorb, and the standard spread, just as much speed as possible to creep whatever the next fastest threat was. Standard plot set, all I really need was Thunderbolt and Focus Blast with U-turn to maybe gain momentum sometimes if I wasn't really in a position to sweep just yet. Yeah, there's not really much to say about this guy. He just kills everyone with the moves after a plot boost, and yeah, Thunder Broken. The fourth member of the team is Iron Valiant with a Choice Scarf. So, oh yeah, and I'm also mixed on this one with Moonblast and Close Combat because Focus Blast is an ass move, and I didn't want to use Spirit Break, so I decided to go mixed here. The reason why I'm Scarf is so that I can encore a Bax Caliber, because what I wanted to do with this was to hard send it in on Bax Caliber so that I could encore it if it clicks Dragon Dance, and then I click Trick if, say, something like either Rotom Wash or Tinglu comes in. Or, yes, I believe that is why I brought Trick. I don't think I really regret bringing this set, because, like, if you look at my team, right, there isn't a lot of Bax Caliber answers, so I think this was about as good as it gets as a trusty Bax Caliber answer. We just cry and cope and shit ourselves if he clicks Icicle Crash on the Switch. But yeah, Valiant, standard set, it is what it is. Now, we have Florges. I honestly don't know why I'm this set. It has been a super long time, and this set is what I saw on my paste, and it seemed to be aligned with the replay. I I honestly don't know why I was this set at all. Baton Pass to gain momentum, Wish Protect, fairly obvious. The reason why I'm Gleam over Moonblast is because Iron Valiant can go Imprison, and if he brings Moonblast and I'm Moonblast, that means I just can't hit Valiant, which would be very bad. Shoutouts to Hopeless for that shout. As to why I'm this set with Kiwi Berry, I think it was for Terra Poison Bax, which I don't even know what Kiwi Berry is meant to accomplish. I think I should have been something like more offensively inclined, perhaps. Maybe I could have been Specs Trick or just not Kiwi Berry. I guess maybe Boots would have been nice. Yeah. But Florges is mainly there as a Valiant check and not really much else, I think. Also a Tinglu check, I guess, yeah. So, other than that, I don't think Florges really does much, which is why, yeah, Florges. So, for the last member of the team, oh god, this guy. Uh, yeah, so we're gonna talk more about stuff like this in the draft talk, but yeah, Basic Legion, he has that broken move, Last Specs, plus 50 for every member on my team that dies, so I can play utterly horribly. I can play utterly horribly and sack all my mons, and as long as Tinglu is weakened, Lash Specs literally just wins, and it's so crazy, dude. Why is this one a thing, man? I'm happy they made Basket Legion broken, I guess, but come on, Lash Specs, seriously? It's not gonna be legal anymore in next leagues, but you know, it is what it is. Basket Legion broken, fairly obvious, fairly intuitive set, just have enough speed to outspeed everything with a Choice Scarf, and be adamant so I can deal the most damage with Last Specs and Wave Crash. And the other two moves are filler because I didn't really need anything else. So yeah. Oh, why is... Oh, sorry about this. Let me just fix that. I think I forgot to delete these from my GPL video, because this was originally supposed to be a PowerPoint for my GPL run, but that didn't end up going through. But now it's fixed, so I'll see you there. Hey guys, so sorry. So after a few hours, I got to prepare the video. Here's the video. I hope I didn't keep you waiting too long. If you hear weird sipping noises, sorry, that's me with your mom right now on the double. So here's the match. What he ended up bringing was Scizor, Tornadoes, I mean Baxcalibur, Iron Valiant, Torkoal, and Tinglu. I am quite surprised that there is no Rotom Wash, because that felt kinda important to pressure Basculegion and Heatran, but we take those, I guess. The only thing we have to worry about is if that Baxcalibur is Terra normal, and if the Tinglu isn't weakened. Once we get over those, I think Basculegion just wins. Meowscarada also looks really broken, clicks knock on all these guys, and I think we just shouldn't let Tinglu get too many opportunities to set up hazards, because our team might switch out a lot, and if that happens, Spike's Chip will ruin us for a Scizor or Baxcalibur endgame, because both of them could have priority. Maybe even a Scarf Valiant endgame, because that could be scary if we're all weakened and close combat or Moonblast is just an utterly free click. But without further ado, let's get into the match. Turn 1, I send out Thunderous Therian because looking at the team, right? The only thing that really punished Thunderous Therian lead was Tinglu, who at worst I can just plot on, then click Focus Blast to chip it super hard for Basculegion. Or I can just U-turn out like a pussy. Either way, it isn't too bad. And the other thing that scares Thunderous Therian is Baxcalibur, which I know for a fact will never click Ice Shard because, you know, it's kind of obvious I'm never staying in. So I just felt comfortable leading Thundy because something like a Torn or a Scissor lead, or something like a Tornadoes lead, like a Taunt Tornadoes lead, could have been quite scary if I led like Heatran or Meowscarada. Or maybe something Torkoal even, something could have been a bit scary. Which is why I settled for Thunderous, so I could maybe get some offensive pressure off with Plot. Let's see what happens next. So he just lets Torkoal get chipped with Thunderbolt. That's going to be good because now Basculegion won't have weakened Wave Crashes anymore. Baxcalibur comes in. I go hard into Valiant because I didn't want it to get a free sweep with Dragon Dance. I click Encore thinking, you know, he would Terra, and then he would Terrastalize and then just try to win from there because, yeah, Terra's broken. But he just switches out, so I'm not sure what Terra type he is at this point, because if he was something that resisted Valiant, he should have Terrastalized like right there. But because he didn't, he switched out to Torn, which I assume is fearing a close combat from Valiant. We switch out to Tran because I don't think Torn really... because anything Torn realistically clicks, I don't think we fear too much. And if he clicks Plot, we just Terra Water at worst. We just Terra Water at worst, yeah. And I think Heatran is the reason why... Heatran is the Mon I switched into because I didn't want Tornadoes to U-turn out on Thundy into Tinglu, then just get free hazards up. Which is why I wanted to go into Tran, because I wanted Tinglu to think it could set up hazards on me, and then I taunt it. Let's see what happens next. So yes, he U-turns, doesn't get the Flame Body, hacks, and he goes into Tinglu. So now we Terra type Water so that we don't lose to Earthquake, and we taunt it, and we predicted that, yes. We get up our own rocks. Now we can scout Baxcalibur's item and chip Scizor. We chip this Torn. Based on that damage, I'd like to believe this is either bulky or AV. And go into Thundy. Now we exert pressure by clicking plot. Or or hard focus blast, I guess. Yeah, that works too. We plot up because we want to we want to finally kill this Tinglu. We land 2 focus blasts because we're lucky bitches, and Tinglu is dead, thank God for that. Okay, here comes the Valiant. It's quite scary. It's Quark Drive. And then we eat up that Moonblast and then smoke the Valiant. Thundy putting in the work. Scizor comes in. This guy is kind of scary, but we have Heatran, so we should be fine. Yes, we send in Heatran. We just click Plume here, right? Yeah. One thing I have to emphasize here. I I don't think I don't think clicking Plume probably was the right play there. Because he could have sent in Baxcalibur, right? He could have sent in Baxcalibur, and if that thing got a thermal exchange boost, it could have been really, really bad. And yeah, I'm not sure if Lava Plume 3-hit KO'd, but in hindsight, I shouldn't have Lava Plume there. I should have just hard gone into Meowscarada so that I could knock off the Baxcalibur, because realistically I don't think it clicks Shard. If it does, oh well. I think we can still win with Basculegion in the end, because Basculegion is a broken bitch. So yeah. Lava Plume there, we get the burn on Torn, send in Florges. Okay, here is where a funny moment happens. So he Bleak Wind Storms again, and I forgot it lowers speed, right? And I click Baton Pass because, in draft, Baton Pass is just known to be a pivot move and not much else. I completely forgot that this thing passes stat drops. So I go into Meowscarada thinking I can revenge Torn, right? Because I have a speed drop, right? And then I just stay in. I, I click knock off, and then the Baxcalibur takes 52. I am so bad, but we take those, I guess. So we just keep clicking knock, and then Sucker Meowscarada takes out the Baxcalibur all by itself. Scizor comes in, we just knock it because I don't want it to stay healthy for too long. If it clicks Bullet Punch, at least we can go into Tran. We click knock off there, right? Because we click knock off there. Now that it's super weak, I had thought clicking Sucker would be the obvious play, but in hindsight, I don't think that was the right play, because I only had 8 Suckers and he had a lot of Swords Dances, so I could have lost to a Bullet Punch endgame there. But in the end, I decided to knock again after the first Sucker, because at least at the range Scizor was, or at the amount of boost Scizor was at, it couldn't kill Basculegion because Basculegion is very bulky. Scizor couldn't kill Basculegion with a +4 Bullet Punch, which is why knock felt like the optimal play after the blunder, which was that Sucker Punch. And then, so yeah, we click knock and kill Scizor. Meowscarada is utterly broken. I love this mon. Then Sucker to clean that Tornadus. Yeah, Meowscarada. I love this mon. It's so broken. It has a lot of tools. If you look at the spectators here, they think +4 Scizor killed Basculegion. No, it didn't. I calced that after spikes and after rocks, Basculegion never dies unless to a crit. And yeah, so that was a match, I guess. The Baxcalibur being TERA Steel for some reason felt really weird. I had figured if you wanted to be a resist to Valiant and to Florges, it would have been TERA Poison. But TERA Steel is kinda understandable, I guess. But probably some other TERA type would have been better. Maybe even TERA Normal for Basculegion. But I guess we take those, yeah. So Yeah, Miascarada broken. I wonder how this match would have went if um Basque Legion went in more, but we take those. We take those. There's not much to say about this. I'm looking forward to seeing you all in the next weeks. This being my first video, I'd like you all to give me feedback. I'd like you all to give me feedback on how this video is. I'd appreciate um all your insight because I'm still new to video making, and I intend to do this for quite a long time with all of the leagues I plan to participate in. So I'll be seeing you all in the next videos for Raicordings in League Dependency, where I will be using a new draft which will be super broken, and I can't wait to show it to y'all. Stay tuned for the upcoming weeks. I love sex. Sorry, I'm with. I mean, thank you all for watching. I love you all. See you next week.